First tonight, we have an update on a WSAZ investigation. We told you about an investigation into serious allegations of wrongdoing against high-ranking members of the West Virginia State Police.
Then WSAZ received an anonymous letter claiming a senior trooper stole money from someone at a casino but was allowed to retire. News Channel 3's Curtis Johnson asked the governor and the colonel about those allegations.
A senior staff trooper accused of stealing money from a man at a casino in Cross Lanes, then allowed to retire. Those are the allegations detailed in an anonymous letter sent to WSAZ on February 22nd. We first told you about those allegations last week when I took the letter to the head of the state police, Colonel Jan Cahill.
We have a letter here that we received regarding an incident at a casino. When did you become aware that a now former state police captain was on video stealing money from someone at a local casino?
I can't go into the weeds on that. I was made aware of that. Gosh, I'm not so sure if I can do the math in my head on that. When I asked for a meeting with the governor, when I asked for a meeting to find out about what this newscast is that I hear about on February 15th, and then he definitely set me up at that time with the chief of staff, and that's when I found out about this incident. It's not part of the initial letter that came in. The day I was made aware of that, I think he turned in and became a retired member the following day.
We reached out to the governor's office on February 22nd when we received the letter asking for a statement, but only received a response that reads, "The governor's office received the letter today. It has been forwarded to the West Virginia Department of Homeland Security for further review." We also immediately filed a Freedom of Information Act request with the state's Lottery Commission, trying to obtain video and possible reports of the alleged theft. The next day, we received a response from the Lottery Commission that reads, "The lottery does not possess or maintain any documents responsive to your request." We then called the casino. They told us corporate would not allow them to release anything to us. Last week, we filed a document request with the governor's office for the casino video and any reports related to the incident. We haven't received anything to date. Fast forward to Wednesday, March 15th, 3 weeks after the governor's office would only tell us the letter was sent to Homeland Security for review. WSAZ learns the governor's office released a separate statement this week to another media outlet, confirming the office did meet with Cahill on February 16th about the incident. The statement claims the governor's office recommended the trooper involved in the incident and another trooper both be terminated, but one trooper was allowed to retire and the other was transferred to the turnpike. So Wednesday, I asked the governor on his virtual briefing about the allegations.
Just in the last little bit while we've been on this call, we heard from Cahill, who says no one was allowed to transfer and he was not told to terminate any trooper who retired. How would you respond to the latest comments from Cahill?
And I've not seen the tape myself at all, but if what happened there is an officer, I don't care if you're a captain or a 18-star general. If you've stolen money, then just backing away from that and not termination, that's not what I would do. That's all there is to it. I would think that officer should have been terminated if that be the case, and terminated right on the spot, because there's no leeway, there's no nothing in regard to that and everything. And so with all that being said, I realize that there's termination requirements and law and all that you've got to go through, and there's steps that you have to go through, and people can file grievances and everything else. But Curtis, I'm really just the guy I'm telling you. Really, if we've done something that is of that magnitude and people broke the law, then we should have acted on it, and we should have acted, in my opinion, exactly like that I've said. And as far as any comments about Colonel Cahill and everything, Jan's been a friend, and I hope to goodness that the investigation comes in differently than I think it's going to come in, but I don't think this is going to be a good day for several folks, once it's completed.
The governor also said the investigation is expected to wrap up this week, an investigation Colonel Cahill told me last week he has zero confidence in.
And this is nothing against the governor, but the Homeland Security investigation, I have a zero vote of confidence in that investigation, or Secretary Sandy for that matter. I think there's just an agenda that's been going on against the state police.
We wanted to ask follow-up questions to the governor, but that's not allowed during virtual news conferences. If I would have been able to follow up this afternoon, I would have asked, Governor, have you received more information during this investigation of any potential wrongdoing beyond those 2 anonymous letters? Also, you mentioned that you haven't seen the video of the alleged theft involving a state police trooper at the casino. Why haven't you requested to see it? And does this investigation create the need for further oversight for top-level officials of state agencies? Those are just a few of the questions I have. I actually have a lot more questions. Mr. Governor, we would love the opportunity to sit down with you for an in-person interview. And Tim, we'll keep pushing for more answers and let you know as soon as we learn more.
All right, thanks, Curtis. It has been part of the governor's program to just have these just be virtual questions that are asked and not many chances to sit down. But hopefully, Curtis, this might spur something on.